Hello, welcome to Down with Dragons here on Monsters of Roll. I am DM Scott. With me, as always.
Oh, Catherine.
Yeah.
Playing
Yeah, almost
Jennifer
everyone.
Smith. Yeah. Playing Jennifer Smith, a very confused cleric.
And Mick playing Holliver, a gnome relic hunter who suddenly has a whole big jumble of powers he doesn't really know what to do with.
And Chris playing Viet, who is a 8-foot tall dwarven ranger barbarian with a blue arm who is exhausted peopling.
Very fair.
Yes, as you've noticed, Killian is not with us. She had some personal things to deal with, and so she is going to take tonight off. So the role of Maven will be crudely attempted by me. Watch as I purposely try not to. Catherine, do we have any quick announcements?
Yes, just very quick. We've got merch, we got hats, sweatshirts, whatever, Redbubble. In our shop, you can search Monsters of Roll on Redbubble. Find us there. The link is broken. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it. Other than that, you can send us inspiration. We love to have that. You can send it to any of the players or even Scott if you want to mess with us or not. Yeah,
hey.
that's about it.
I love how everybody, it's like, yeah, you can totally send it to us or Scott or not, but
I guess, yeah.
You know. It feels really just like a double standard. So anyway,
alternatively, just send inspiration to Scald.
Yeah, because little do we know, we are creating the big bad guy of our true game.
No.
The secret owner and proprietor of the Screaming Goats.
Well,
All right. So last time on Down with Dragons. So, people get tired and they fall asleep during watch and dead things start moving.
Yeah, happens all the time.
As they do.
If you've heard it once, you've heard it 100 times. Maven came back to us, or not Maven, as we also have said. And she seems to be just not a good first waker upper type person. Seems a little bit more, pale, a little more dead. Can climb on ceilings, so that's great and all that.
Yeah.
And left the group, and then the group kind of was in shock silence. And from there, she hunted, found a friend who was uber demanding and simple-minded when it came to his motivations in life. She came back to the group and kind of let them know the situation as they were moving out, and she went off to go kind of deal with it. And lo and behold, the group, knowing she was alone and in danger, did not come and help as her arm was removed, but did follow and help the familiar who is in true love with Holliver that he summoned. He is his number one fan. And when he was in danger, the group came. They heard the battle cry. And after dispatching this creepy creature, that's pretty much where we kind of ended, and heading back towards the HQ. I mean, I'm glancing over some things, but this is just a little recap, obviously.
I appreciate that. Thank you for.
Well, yeah, I get told I talk too much sometimes with the recaps, and so I try to keep it tight.
If you're talking past the shoulder part, I'm appreciative. Thank you. I thought that's what you're referencing.
Oh, that too.
You're glossing over that. So I was trying to be appreciative, Scott.
Oh, okay. So we rejoin our group, who has been traveling the last leg of the journey. They are within probably half hour or so, closing in on where the little HQ base was of the Black Stabs. Maven is kind of both keeping her distance from the group, but also being very watched and here I am on purpose. As the group keeps moving and with Mick disappearing.
Oliver falls behind.
Yeah, and Maven just
Oh no.
So as the group continues to move forward, the Swiftblade, who is pulling up the absolute rear,
We are being dropping like flies.
just and just like you hear an echo, just like, hold on, I just restroom break, and just goes off the side of the trail. There we are with Juniper and Viet near the front of the group. That's where we'll rejoin now the group as they're traveling. Yeah, no pressure. This is improv.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
Why? He will not take that long.
No, I'm not. Dang it. I'm not talking about Oliver. I'm talking about Maven and the Swiftblade and the Blackstaffs.
Yeah, they will not like the Maven is dead.
I don't really think that they'll like the Blackstaff, like the Swiftblade either.
No, they like Viet is not being quiet. He's replying back to you.
I know.
I assume
Yes,
so.
They will not be liking the Swiftblade either.
Should I warn them? Is that better or worse?
I am thinking that Lady Blackstaff likes all the heads up that she can get.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm gonna send Miss Lady Blackstaff a message. Yeah.
Gonna send a tweet.
I'm gonna send a tweet, little 25-word tweet.
Yeah.
Do I have to say the exact words?
Oh yeah, yep, you do. That's actually part of the spell.
Okay.
That's why a lot of people write it down sometimes too.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
guilty
I
of
don't
that.
really have time to write it down. No, do I?
I get it.
Almost back.
Tell them we have fingers, June.
She'll just kind of nod to that. Because is this out loud?
Yep.
Cool. Viet says we have fingers. We also have
Zazozan's dog. And Maven is dead. Tell them Maven is dead too, Juniper. Ask them how many fingers we need. We have lots of fingers. I would have had more, but you and Maven wouldn't let me kill it.
Okay, I'm trying to concentrate.
Sorry, Juniper.
Extra member. Maven is dead. How many is that? That's 25.
You got 5 left.
And a vampire. Not great. Yep. Yeah, that's
All right. And you sent that to Talsia.
yes.
Okay.
What did they say about the fingers, Juniper?
I don't know yet.
How is Murdet doing?
I
Does Leech have any more of that powder, Juniper?
I only have so many words.
Okay.
Are you wearing that thing again?
In your head.
Should I write it down for them?
No.
Do you want
in
me
your
to be
head.
quiet, Juniper Swift?
Yes, please.
The DM does. Because you're just getting me to go. In your head, as Viet in the theater of the mind continues to do this, you hear, All right. That's a lot of information. How close are you? Might need a little time with Theobald. That's all you get.
Okay. Do I know how close we are?
You know, from the distances you traveled when you came
Okay.
this way, you know you're probably with like
Okay.
less than an hour, half hour, you know, in that range of like not far, you know, be there soon.
Okay. I will take. I'm gonna send again just because.
Yeah.
This is slightly important. Half hour, maybe more. I'll drag my feet.
Are your feet not hurt? Not feeling well,
This
Juniper
was
Swift?
Not
No.
a great trip for any of us. Zazazan was here. Just bad all around.
Do you need me to carry you, Juniper Swift?
No, thank you. I have 2 working legs.
You said they were dragging.
Then you hear in your head again, oh, so literally springing this on us. All right, I'll set the table. Candles lit. Come on in.
Great.
However, you finish using the bathroom off the trail a little bit, you know, and come walking out of the darkness, and the swift blade just waiting kind of as you pass and just watch as you go.
I could make a sling, Juniper Swift.
I literally can walk on my own. Thank you. You do not need to pick me up again.
It would be no problem, Juniper Swift.
Maybe you could find her some more feet. Like you're looking for fingers, now you can look for feet.
If that would be
Also,
helpful.
Yeah, I really wanted to talk to you about the fingers. You know it's not literal fingers, right?
Blackstaff said fingers, and I brought fingers.
Yes.
I don't think these are
Um,
god fingers, though.
No, she meant figurative fingers.
What?
Like a tether to the gods, like the tree in Cyprus.
She did not say tree in Cyprus, and it was Blackstaff who said he said he needed fingers.
Yeah, he was trying to give you a mental picture of.
And Zazozen said he was fingers. I do not think this is figuring.
Yeah, he meant
Juniper
power,
Swift.
but fingers is power.
Yes.
Yeah, not like actual literal fingies. Also, the
From-
bag is starting to smell. It's gross.
From a little ways away where Maven's at, you just hear her kind of like, and this is the reason why sometimes people talk to you like a child, Viet, and you said you're no child, but you just don't seem to get things.
That was kind of harsh, Maven.
Yeah, I mean, he may have a different understanding of things, but it doesn't mean that perspective isn't useful in some way.
Yeah.
I have lots of holes in my thinking, Dead Floater. Nobody asked you.
Right. Dad, not really myself, correct.
You muted.
Harry did the fingers.
There it is. We didn't catch the first half of that.
That's literally all she said. It's because when I start speaking softly, it doesn't pick up that I'm speaking.
Stage whisper.
Are you
He said he needed fingers. I'm bringing fingers. If they're not the right fingers, I will get the right fingers.
okay? Well,
I'm tired, Juniper, and I don't know what you're saying. And you don't need to
I'm
be
trying to
carried,
tell
even though
you
you
what
said
I'm
your
saying.
feet hurt. But let's just keep moving then. And she is not in charge. He's pointing off to the shadows wherever Deadflower's voice came
Out
from.
in the open, yeah, but
okay, but you're not in charge either. So
I don't care. Viet's gonna
Okay.
keep moving. Viet, Oliver. Oliver's back. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm back. Don't worry. I didn't wash my hands because I went number 4. You don't need to.
Juniper thinks that you're having a bad time out there, and I'll start walking.
I think. Do I look a little flushed?
Flushed.
Kid flushed a little. I
Caught a bug,
Literally.
maybe. I don't
You're
know.
glowing. Yeah.
comment. Gina's just gonna stand there for a minute and let Viet walk away. And just see how long it takes for him to she wants to see how far away he gets.
Before what?
However, as this is all happening, you're just going to hear in your head, it's like, oh, you're just all one big happy family now, aren't you?
And then who is this?
Century.
Okay, let's go with that.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting the whole tension. Like, I'm checking in, and I don't have the full picture, but I feel like there's a lot of that family grindy sandpapery thing going on.
Yeah, I have to give you credit. You're right, because the range of dynamics that are possible under the umbrella of family is literally infinite. So you got it. You hit it right on the nose, Sentry. Is that the kind of expertise I can expect from you for helping me figure out all this power junk that I have rattling around in me now?
Oh, absolutely. All you have to do is ask, though. I don't feel like you're a child. I mean, maybe if you're a grown up enough to make an actual deal with an unknown powerful figure, maybe you should read the contract and ask some questions before you start getting all bitchy at somebody.
I mean, I was literally thinking of saying the same thing to the rest of these 3 here.
I know.
Grow up,
That's
be
what.
an
That's
adult.
where I got that whole dialogue. I used it. I could hear.
But no, it's me. I need to grow up.
Well, I'm not saying you need to grow up. I'm just saying you're like, hey, what about the things and that and you haven't even asked me. Yeah, like we could work it out. We could have a little powwow.
Okay, when I'm ready.
Oh, fine. I got nothing, no place to be except in the infinite. So you just call when you're good and ready.
I learn best by pressing buttons. So just sit back and watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you want a button to press, I say press the big one. He seems very agitated. But the little Spitfire seems to have a little bit of flair to her, so you never know. I'll be honest, literally any of them probably will be interesting. I'll sit here and watch. And then in your head, you're going to hear almost the sound of popcorn being eaten.
Viet's not looking back. If this is what June's waiting for, like he's
Yeah, no,
moving on.
she's just waiting.
Do you think he's going the wrong direction or what?
No.
Oh,
okay, all right. I'm confused. I'm. This isn't Viet. This is Chris. Chris is confused, but Viet's going to just start moving off.
It's like when you have a kid who thinks that they're just going to go do whatever they want at the mall and they run ahead and then you just don't move and then they can't see you and they panic.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
All righty.
Like I'm just literally how far away is he going? Just all the way? He's not looking back at all.
He's continuing to walk on.
Cool.
Well, at least we'll be able to see him for a long time. He's big.
it's still a dark cave. You're not in the desert. Yet.
Yet.
Uh,
At what point do we give up and follow?
um, well, we're all headed the same direction. What's the point of working against each other, right?
Why don't you ask him that?
Yeah. Okay. Good idea. So Oliver's gonna just run up beside Viet and not really say anything. Just okay. Now I'm
It'll take
accompanying
you a
Viet.
little bit, and so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just takes off running
Mhm.
ahead.
If
Okay.
Oliver starts moving, like she'll start moving. Like she's not gonna. She really
Swiftblade,
just
who's in
wanted
the
to
back,
see-
just starts moving with the rest of the group. And Maven, as she's walking, like now basically with Juniper, like not right next to, but just in the area. Just,
Mhm.
like,
Wiping Jewel off her face.
no, like it's a Maven thing to do. And I'm sorry if you want to mute for a second. All of a sudden, she just kind of comes up next to Juniper and just starts being like, there's an extra crack now in here. Just okay, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
I warned you, but it was so
I
Maven
appreciate
thing
it.
that'll happen.
I know it's just weird, right?
Mm,
And
really
however,
don't know.
you'll eventually catch up
threshold for
to
that.
Viet, and Viet now a Oliver. All of a sudden, in the darkness behind you, you start to hear the footprints hurriedly coming up and catches up. Unless there's anything, however you want to do with Viet.
No, he's just gonna leave a silence to be filled, hopefully. While yeah, okay.
It's not his angry silence. He just has nothing to say right now. He's tired. He's exhausted.
All right, so the last 30 minutes, unless you got something. Okay. Last 30 minutes kind of turns into
Out to any longer than that?
what?
Because I was trying to stretch it out a little longer than that, but
I get it. And you can make your half of the group definitely go longer. So like if you're gonna try to hold up that progress, by all means tell me how you're gonna do that. But he
No, no,
is
no, no.
walking with a purpose.
the whole like she was trying to get Viet talking to like stop to like
I appreciate that.
drag her feet a little
It
bit,
didn't
and
happen.
then yeah, well, the conversation did.
I know, but that lasted in real time, how long it lasted.
Fine.
I'm just saying, sometimes we can be like, this is a very deep discussion that probably kept going, which is why a lot of times you guys go like, we're walking and talking, right? Right. This was nope, that didn't take long.
Well,
So you eventually, yeah, I appreciate it. And Telsia will thank you for the extra
no, she won't.
90 seconds. You will eventually get back to that area and start to kind of come back up through the opening and into that little hexagonal kind of campsite that has a little fire sitting out there and things like that. And then there is the set of doors that are against one wall.
Yeah, we'll walk over and knock on the doors.
Forgot to tell them that he's humongous.
Boom, boom, boom.
There's a long, there's a good probably 20-second pause. Like, and then you're going to hear, hello, who is it?
My mother was naming me Viet, and Holliver is here too. He'll
Oh,
turn.
good.
He'll turn now and look and see if
They're
where's
just
the
kind
rest of
of
these. And the rest are being slow. We have
Talcio will open
Maven.
the door.
or we have Juniper Swift and the Swift Blade, who is Zazozan's watchdog, And we have, he's yelling through the door. And we
Yeah,
have
she just opened it.
dead
She's like-
flower. I think that is all. Oh. Look down.
Yeah, and she's going to like open the door, and you can see her eye line was down here, and then she's just like, and then look past at the rest of the group as he's kind of half, raised voice and just left out a little bit now, didn't we?
That wasn't the weirdest thing that happened, so I kind of got used to it.
Fair.
I'm sorry. I tried to take more time, but this bull-headed mule just had to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, we'll shift all the packs and satchels and bags that I am no mule.
Of course not, dear. Come on in.
Your attitude is.
Duck down through the door.
As everyone starts to come in, she is going to, as Maven and the Swiftblade are there, and she's like, oh, no. You, I don't think you could, and you are not invited, and shuts the door. You said Maven's a vampire, correct?
Yep.
That is not Maven. Maven is dead.
You're accurate.
The Lady of Thorns is a vampire, yes.
We'll unpack that. She literally can't come in. This is warded from undead, so there's no when it's created. If we knew, and that we weren't redoing that. As for him, and she just kind of starts walking away from the door, and she just hear kind of quietly under her breath, she's like, "Fuck that guy," Why don't you all come in and
unloading
make yourself
dragon fingers
comfortable?
onto the table? Mechanical
It's just
and
gonna
organic.
Sink
Oh.
down by the door. Like,
Oh, I knew that it was warded against the undead. I didn't mention that.
So, you brought souvenirs.
I have 2 of these, and I have 4 of these mechanical ones. Kind of squeaky.
So excited to look at those in more in depth, but not to press the issue. You got to the core and you removed it. Let's see it. There's many things we might be able to do with that. Why are you shaking your head?
Maven gave it away before she died. You're muted again.
didn't really have a choice.
You could have let me kill him.
Yet, I'm not going to have this argument with you again. You literally could not have.
He was bleeding. He's not God yet. Juniper Swift.
Just because somebody bleeds doesn't mean they're hurt yet.
I would have.
He was playing with you. Oliver died 3 times.
Yes.
I pulled him back from the brink 3 times.
Yes, and he was going to kill you too.
He was going to kill you. He was going to kill me. He was going to kill Oliver. He was going to kill Maven, and he didn't care. He was going to take it anyway.
Which is why you should have let me kill him.
Him, I'm assuming you're referencing Zazwazan.
The core was his. Telsia, it was his.
Oh.
He knew the second Maven touched it.
All right. That's new information. I'm yes, of course you're certain.
Yeah, and I'm
Yet-
pretty sure we killed everybody in that city.
Every what? There were
Juniper
people
Swift,
too?
they
You
were
killed
already-
people.
They were already dead, Juniper Swift.
You don't know that yet.
Their eyes
don't
did
know
not
that.
turn green.
I can tell a lot happened. I'm going to just say this as a blanket statement that you all look exhausted. You all are raw, and you all stink to high heaven. You did as good as you could because guess what? Nothing's perfect. And the fact that you're all standing here is a win because Zazozan 100% could have likely flicked you away like insects. The fact that he didn't, I'm guessing, gave it away. Why did Maven give it away? Like, what was the purpose? Like, did she buy your lives? I'm guessing.
Viet will pull out of the bag and
Yeah,
put Sorva's mirror on the table.
she traded it for that.
Oh, good. Oh, all right. That's still something. So
wants-
just traded.
And she was trying to get him to promise to not kill everybody in Cyprus, but I'm not trusting him. And we have to take that thing from outside the door.
Yeah, we kind of work for him now.
Well, Maven said he
Uh,
did, but Maven is dead now. I'm not sure that still applies.
I think it does.
It's guess what? We've all worked for the bad guy unknowingly or knowingly once before anyway. So join the you've joined the club. I mean, hell, this whole thing got set off because we helped Zazozan before we knew what he was. I'm going to go get Theobald because this is a lot to unpack. And why don't you all eat? And she's just going to like kind of snap her fingers and some kind of illusionary servants start moving around and bringing out platters of food. This will take me just a little bit. He's been doing things.
When do we bring Murdet back?
Oh, murdered. Do you?
Do I need more fingers? Is this enough fingers? Squeak, squeak,
Think
squeak,
the-
squeak.
The freaking finger thing. I knew that was going to be a problem. No,
We'll
the
see.
fingers. Well, yeah. I'll talk to Theobald. I'll let him deal with that as well. That sounds far healthier. She's just gonna start to go up the stairs towards where all the rooms were, and she's like, just if you want to bathe, I recommend it. Otherwise, there's food, rest, take a load off. I'll get Theobald. He's going to be so happy to see you all. And she'll continue.
I'm going to check on Murdet.
I'm gonna go make sure Leech didn't touch any of my equipment.
Ask Leech if he has more of that roach powder.
Okay.
Juniper
Go up the
is
stairs.
not hungry, and she's just gonna sit against the wall and brood. No, she's going to sort of in her head just start this rant to the ether, I guess.
And you hear a little knock in Sentry's voice. You want someone to talk to?
No.
Oh, hello there.
To Param, to Zeph, to Rel, to Galros, to everyone, just this frustrated, like, how could you? How could you do this and not give me anything to go on? I have no instruction manual. I have all of this responsibility and no help. And I don't know if I can do it. I damn sure can't do it alone. And one of you or all of you needs to answer for this. Or I can't do it. So just kind of sitting against the wall and
Yeah. Roll me a religion check for me.
let's use the mushroom dice. And plus 11.
Okay.
Super great roll.
Not bad. 11 religion.
Oh my god. Should I use an inspiration? I have
Up
this.
to you. I
No.
mean, I'm about to roll on a table.
Nope. I'm gonna let it ride.
All right, let it ride.
Let it
All right.
ride.
All right. So, Oliver,
Yes.
you work your way down a little side tunnel and through a door, and immediately open up into different just cages that like some of which were on different packs and things like that have all been set up, and a lot of them are open, and there are creatures that are just kind of climbing on like the banisters of things and sitting on top of like a bookcase, and you'll see Oliver, or not Oliver, you'll see Leech. He's sitting like with most of like his upper like arm, shoulder, and most of his face like in like an aquarium, just reaching down into it, and like one eye is above the surface and the other one's magnified by the tank as you kind of open the door, and he's just like, "Oh, worm, how you doing?" And he just kind of keeps reaching. He's just like, "All right, there we go. Right. No, out.
Just checking to see how my equipment is faring. Kind of got a little lonely without it.
Right. Well, I'm gonna say I took as good a care as I possibly could have taken care of it, but a few things might have tried making nests of things. I saved everything I could, right? Gentle.
Okay, whatever.
Right. You seem upset. Like what's up?
Well, I was just off on this dang fool journey where lots of stuff happened.
Right.
And-
That's why you don't go with them. Them are always bad. They left me on a cliff once.
Wow, that seems like amazing advice. Where was it before?
No, I said when everyone's like, we're going doing those things, I was like, well, I am not. That was the warning. I'm smart. They are not. I'm alive. I'm like,
Right.
that's why I stay in my places where I belong.
All right. Fine. This stuff doesn't even feel the same anyways. What is this thing in my blasting powder?
Right. Oh, hold on. He kind of starts to pull out his hand, and you can see there's like little weird fish that like are attached to each of his fingers, and they have like that look of somewhere between like a squid and a piranha. And he's just like, "Oh, come on, Lucille, come get down." And he comes over. He's like, "All right, here," and he goes over to your stuff and goes through it, and coming out of it is like this little it's probably about the size of like a hamster, except it looks more like what are they called, the I don't know, I can't remember the word, like a baby anteater. Oh, and it's just just without the armor.
It's
a dillo.
Yeah.
He's adorable. He just likes it. It's actually, he actually needs that, the blasting powder part of it, because it's flammable, and he actually needs that to clean himself. Otherwise, he literally will excrete a horrible stench that is ignitable, and so that kind of just gets into the pores. That's for cleaning, and it seemed perfect. You weren't using it, and I'll be honest, mate, I thought you were dead.
He would excrete something worse than he already excreted in there?
Oh, right. No, that's a byproduct. That's actually the fun of it. I've been working on this while you were gone, and I'll be honest, I'm not sure how I'm going to use it yet, but I feel like there's some potential. All I know, the normal excretions can be used and make a poisonous gas cloud. But something's going on once he found that powder of yours, and I'm curious to see where it goes.
Powder. That reminds me, I need to ask you something. I can't remember. You know, Leech, I was hoping to come back to all my equipment. It would feel like coming home, but it just doesn't. Not because of all your, not because of all your things rooting through it, but I feel like I don't even know this stuff anymore.
I mean, it's still yours. There's some extra stains and a few holes, but it's all here mostly. Nope, can't hear. Can't hear you. I feel like you're muting your emotions.
That's probably it. Yeah, you're making me think. Anyways, yeah. So that stuff Viet was asking you about.
Oh,
powder.
right. Yeah, the horned dragon roach shell powder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have. It's why does he want more already? Because that stuff's not easy to exactly. It takes time.
I don't know. We've all had a rough go of it. I'm just trying to help the guy out.
Horribly addictive.
Oh, I guess I didn't pay attention to that part.
Did he take that? Like he? I mean, he's alive, so he probably didn't. Like, why would you take a drug that absolutely could kill you? And if it didn't, you're going to be absolutely jonesing for, right? It's kind of one of those, like, I'm probably going to die, so I might as well take it kind of thing.
Well, he seems like a pretty hardy guy. And have you seen him lately? He's a
right,
little...
yeah, little dwarf.
Not little. Not little.
Not little.
Like,
what do you mean?
There's a word, swole. You ever heard of that term?
Swole, right? He put on a little mask, got the gains.
Mass, yes, mass. Lots of mass.
All natural though, right? Nobody needs a juicer.
Maybe you should talk to him about the powder. How about that?
No, send him my way. I got there's a few things actually I like that are specific for dwarves that I'd love to see how they incubate.
How dwarves incubate?
No, the things in the dwarves.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Have you ever heard of a parasol bug?
You mention it like literally all the time.
Right, and you've said no every time. I figure a dwarf. I don't have any notes on dwarves.
Yeah, notes. That's the thing too. Notes. I took meticulous notes all the time, and after all this stuff happened, I just, it's not me anymore. It's just like everything I learned, it's worthless. You ever feel like that, Leech?
I mean, no, I'm pretty amazing in my life, and I like it. So I guess I haven't had any. I mean, maybe you're having one of those midlife half-life halfling crises.
Yeah, I am pushing 200.
Well, I mean, right? That'll do that, I guess. Have you faced death recently?
Oh, yeah. A lot.
Well, a lot. I mean, I hear if you face death once, that could make you really reevaluate your life.
Right.
I mean, if you've done that once, lots. So twice, you had 2 close calls.
No, it's like this really cool yo-yo effect. Like spiritually, it's like, yeah, the first time It was the reevaluating my life, but then as soon as I started doing that, boom, down, I'm down again. And then I'm like, well, that didn't get me anywhere, and this is just absurd.
Right.
So now I need to embrace absurdity, and then bam, I'm down again. And then it's like, what do I even do? I don't know anything anymore. You've had that feeling before, haven't you?
Absolutely not. And normally, if I start going down that road, there are things that, I mean, how do you feel about being a host to a parasite that can make you feel a little bit better about things?
Enough.
It feeds off of like some of that emotion, and it like
my Pioneer kit and my trunk, all of my lab equipment, they're playing host to all your stuff as it is. It's
not all of it. Not all of it.
No, okay. What isn't right now? I'm looking at it. I don't see anything. Okay, there's my strong vinegar. That looks good. Oh, that's acid. Oh, and there's something dead in it.
It's sleeping. It's not dead. It's hibernating.
Well, that is some hardy organism there. If it's sleeping
right
in my okay.
I found it down here. So far, I can't kill it.
All right. I'm not bunking with you. So
no, there's magical. This place has better bed sheets and stuff than yours because that also has been used.
Mm-hmm.
I really am sorry. I thought you were dead. Just went Scottish.
I get it, Leech. No hard feelings.
Yeah, right. I'm happy to see you. I'm just, you went with them into a deep, dark place, and then apparently, from what it sounds like, went deeper into the worst, darkest of the places that could be darker. After a couple days, I just kind of thought,
Gotcha. Yep, layers upon layers of darkness. I get it.
It can all be cleaned. I'll clean it myself.
Listen, don't worry. I got other stuff to figure out. You take care of your stuff, Leech. I'll salvage what's left afterwards.
Looks like you got a lot of that going on in yourself. So, like, once you get good with you, we'll deal with the physical things, right?
Yeah. So this is Oliver walks away a little sullen and just.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll catch up more. We could exchange notes, and we'll do the thing. The door shuts.
Yeah. Cue somber music.
Don't.
Yeah.
Sad Hulk music. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, that was so probably without thinking, Oliver will summon the imp again.
All right.
So he just goes in like automatic mode or something, and he discovers he can bring him back.
Yeah. And takes a little effort. Now that you did it the first time without even fully realizing, now you've discovered like there's a certain amount of investment of focus, and you do so. Takes a little bit, and then just all of a sudden that consciousness re-emerges in your mind and popping out from the ground, just master, and just comes out. Oh, I missed you, and just comes running up and just hugs your leg, and maybe or may not be just a little humping, but just all about you.
Yeah. So Oliver spends all that time and deliberate effort to like do all the things to summon it, but then is just like right in the moment when he decided to summon it, and he like looks at the imp and said about his conversation with Leech, that was a real punch in the gut.
You saying that to him?
To the imp, yeah.
Yeah. Like, punch who? Who punch? Punch. Who?
No, never mind.
I kill them all for you. All of them.
Good to know.
love you.
No, I just need a friend right now.
I'd be your friend. Just big teethy smile.
Deal.
He's just hopping.
Yeah. You know, I'm happy. You're a little smaller than me.
Because you're the great one.
Right. You got kind of this pudgy belly. That's endearing.
And it just slaps the side of it. He's like, eh.
Maybe I should call you Short Round.
Whatever you say, Dr. Master. All right, I'm going to shift from that loving moment, Viet. Bring it together.
Viet's going up to his room and looking for Murdet. Or Murdet's room,
Right.
I guess.
You will get up there, enter, and you will see there is it's kind of been like, it's very similar to what it was, but you do see there does look to be a few spots that have like some incense that have been burning and like more candles kind of around the area. It's been kind of into like almost like that prayer kind of shrine-y kind of feel to it.
Cool. He'll just go stand and look at Murdet for a little bit, make sure that he's being well taken care of, I guess.
He's clean. It does not smell dead. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, for anyone who's thinking of like Talsia especially, you could imagine this is just a closed closet of a room. But it looks like it's actually being cared for very well.
That's all he needed. I'll walk out again. Try to find the big furry guy.
The big
See if he
furry
can
guy.
find a bath. There's a big butler.
Find a
dude.
bat. Yeah, no, it won't take long. When you start kind of looking around and going to like find a bath, and you open a door, and as you have that kind of conscious thought, on the other side of the door, there's just this hulking fuzz in the doorway, and it's about your size at this point, almost, you know, and just like. And just kind of gestures behind him. Bath.
He'll nod his thanks and start pulling bags and satchels and setting in the corner and strip down and go take a bath.
All right. It is obviously, just because of the way the spell works, it is a very large, like kind of walk down into big.
Roman baths? Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Talsia
for
rolls
one.
style.
Immediately turns brown and bloody.
Yeah, and then
Dirt and sweat
as it
and blood.
spreads away, it just turns back into pure
dissipates.
water again. And
Very
then
cool.
all of a sudden, yeah, and then one of the, and like we'll see like he walks in like averting and just adds these like kind of like salts and stuff, and all of a sudden you start to get a little bubble bath going in there.
Perfect. He'll unbraid his beard and set everything on the side and wash his hair out and try not to fall asleep in the bath.
Fair. Juniper. So you've been frustrated. You said your internal monologue shouting prayer. How long would this last? Like would you stay there till somebody else showed up, or would you go look for a room if no one within a half hour kind of came back down there?
After about a half hour of just this like self wallowing, she would probably go up to check on Murdet and then find a bath as well. Like that's kind of, yeah. So after about a half hour of that wallowing, she'd be like, fine, I'll take care of myself.
So yeah, and you have that thought, and fairly quickly, as you come out from Murdoch's room, you will see the big, Yeti kind of creature come through and shut a pair of doors, and then kind of look and point at the doors he just shut. Big one. Share.
Yeah, I don't care.
Opens the doors back up and then kind of walks back in and adds some more of the salts and then stands in front of your eye line, Viet, and just stands there, big arms and shoulders, staring at you.
Viet's probably leaned against the half asleep, just kind of staring back.
Yeah, Juniper's just gonna
Yeah.
strip down and get in the tub because she's stanky.
Oh,
Yeah. And as you just start to have that attitude of just like, I'm fine, and he'll actually just try to like block in specific, like
I really don't see what the big issue is. Jeez.
Viet's just covered in tattoos.
Yeah. And you just
Juniper's
hear from the Yeti, decorum. And it just starts to and walks out and shuts the doors. So there you two are relaxing. If there's anything you want to do, otherwise we can kind of fast forward this of awkward, not awkward, frustrated silence.
It's only awkward for one of them.
The Yeti.
Yeah, no, she has nothing to say. She's just literally bathing and then leaving.
Viet would be looking around. The towels or something like.
There are fancy towels and robes and
Get
all
up,
that hanging
and
up.
he's getting out of the bath, like one hand in front, one hand. However, June, you would notice on
She's not-
she's not looking.
Would she notice?
yeah. Let me see. Actually, let me roll for a glance here. Nope.
Okay. Never mind.
Do you have a tattoo on your butt? I'll never know now.
Towel.
What'd you roll
A 6.
for perception though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like add
I
to it.
guess I didn't. I just rolled 10.
That'd be enough to see a
All right.
very large, dwarf with a tattoo, So, as you're kind of covering and going, what tattoo does she see that
There's
is
a
noteworthy?
Tattoo on his rear of a small person with 2 swords and like a shirt, no pants.
Is it on a
Yeah,
particular
you got it.
buttock?
The left one.
Okay. Why do you have a? You know what? I'm not even. No. Why do you have a?
Tattoo of a pantsless man.
Why do you have a tattoo of a pantsless man on your butt?
What?
You have a tattoo of a pantsless man on your butt.
What?
You have a tattoo.
No, I am hearing you,
of a
Juniper.
pantsless man. Did you get drunk
June
one
may,
night and get a
June
tattoo?
may get more of an eyeful than she's expecting as he's turning around trying to see.
Well, I don't really know how to make you see it. I can't.
As you are having this discussion, all of a
Viet's
sudden Yeti
putting his towel
walks
on
back in, hearing this and carrying like a large stand-up mirror and just
Oh, there you go. There.
it's
See it?
Magic Mansion, man.
Did you get drunk one night and get a tattoo on your butt?
I'm not knowing where that is. That's Fenris.
Do I know who that is?
Maybe in passing of comments that he's made, only maybe. Roll a d20, a history check with disadvantage.
Yeah, Oh, disadvantage. Okay.
Just give-
This would be catching him one of those times
Yes.
where he was
Yeah.
talking to himself.
9,
toweling
10,
up
12,
and
13. You said history, right?
Yeah, maybe you've heard the name Fenris. You have no context, though. You may have
Yeah,
heard him
I know.
say the name, though.
I feel like I've heard that name before. Is that like a childhood story? Like, is that like a legend?
we were
Like a
being
warrior
imprisoned
legend?
together.
Oh, like the, like in Allendale.
Yes, the prison. That is the only prison I know. That
No.
prison, yes. Towel. He'll throw a towel over by June in case she.
Oh yeah, she'll grab it and start
Okay.
toweling
He still
on her
hasn't
hair.
found where the one of Manny is.
Ugh. Did I see that one?
How about if Oliver and the imp snuck in when the Yeti was bringing the mirror?
Roll me a stealth check real quick.
Okay, it's a
Retrograde
21.
stealth check.
I did
Yeah.
that already. It's a 21.
Perfect. So yeah, you're if anything holding on to his back as he was carrying the mirror in.
So, and then would Oliver see any other tattoos, or
He's got lots
this
of
is
tattoos.
this is like a popcorn moment for Oliver and the imp, like
Yeah.
just what? Ooh, huh?
It's just standing there,
Lots
towel
of-
drying her hair.
tattoos. Lots of like dwarves, probably most primarily dwarves fighting things, dying. Yeah. So
If anything, there is a Fenris tattoo you might be able to see, but I feel like it's almost like one that is weaseled in like Maui's tattoos, that it's somewhere in the just almost just
the
hiding.
Manny, a Manny
Or
tattoo.
Manny, yeah.
Manny?
If anything, it'd probably be on a bicep.
You don't remember getting the tattoo?
That one?
I
No.
mean,
Hmm.
Oliver.
Were you cellmates, or what
Yes.
do you call it?
Yeah, from the other side of the mirror. Yeah.
Somehow this is not weird at all. Like,
Master, I think they see us.
Yeah, we're here. Hi.
These are
we're already in
That's
the
great.
bath.
these are all my cousins.
do you remember those tattoos?
Yes.
That you don't. You
My
don't
cousin
remember
Odersik
one?
did these tattoos.
Oh. Is
But I am
So
not
is-
remembering the Fenris one.
is the Fenris one in the same style as the others? Like, does it look like the same artist would have done them?
No. No.
Okay. I don't think he did that one.
So wait, this Fenris is a real person, and that's a good representation of him.
Chris,
Well,
roll me just
Viet has a towel on now, but
yeah, Chris, roll me just in like just a straight D20.
that's a
The
16.
higher it is, 16. It's a decent representation of a person. Like it's not perfect, it's not cartoony, it's somewhere in that middle ground.
Well, three-legged, two-handed swordsman.
Yeah, certain. Yeah, so,
Interesting. I do not have any tattoos, as you can see.
would you like a tattoo?
Who's asking?
I'm just playing with you as Sentry.
Viet's exhausted. Viet's gonna walk out. First, he's gonna stop, grab all of his bags, put all his bags on.
As you kind of grab all your stuff with the towel, and open the door and kind of make your way out to the room you were in before, like where you stayed when you were here, you will see Theobald stomping through the main table area down below and storm out towards the front door. And just with the staff and going straight out, opens the doors and shuts them behind him.
Viet would lean his head back in the bath I'm thinking Maeve Deadflower is in trouble.
Why?
Blackstaff is not looking happy.
Oh God, she's gonna throw a towel on around
Go.
herself and
Go.
run outside.
Viet's going to the room and trying to find some big pants.
He's generally a pretty gruff character. Maybe that's just him.
Juniper's running for the front door in a towel.
Okay, just in a towel. Okay.
Yeah. There's no time for clothing.
Fair. All right.
She's
So
gonna go outside in
yeah.
a towel.
However, what are you doing?
The imp and I are
It's been said.
splashing each other in the tub.
Yeah, and if anything, eventually you'll hear like you'll see the big smile, like, Master, cannonball,
Cannonball.
cannonball,
Yes.
and
Totally have a picture of this imp sitting in the bath making bubbles.
Ah,
Not what I was
contest,
thinking.
go.
Not what I was
big
thinking,
white
Scott.
hole. Yeah, the bubble beard. Yeah,
Yeah.
I look like you, Master.
Nice.
So yeah, Viet, you're looking for big pants, which luckily this place does fit some of the needs of the people. So Juniper, you'll be the first one down there by a little bit. Stop hiding.
Viet's not going out there.
I didn't think about it.
It's okay.
After
It's
I
okay.
said it. It's fine. She
Um,
doesn't care.
So as you open the door, you are going to see the black staff out. All the ruins in the staff are just lit up, as you can see. The Swiftblade is been lifted off of his feet and is being held against one of the far walls. And looking at Maven, and the last, like, as you open the door, all you hear is, "And this was your solution." I didn't plan on going into full depth, seeing as I don't want to do NPC and NPC, but but here we go. So as you come out and you hear that, you're gonna hear Maven just like, you know that sometimes we do things we're not happy about, but you know what? I'll be the monster if that's what gets the job done. I know I'm dangerous. I know that it's not perfect, but we needed this edge. And as he's about to, like, you can just see the gears turning and he's about to say something, he just all of a sudden glances over his shoulder and you coming out, and it's just like, close. Yeah. All right. And it goes back to Maven.
Oh. I had a towel.
You're just holding a towel. I mean, it's like you were in a
I'm
hurry.
holding a
Yeah,
towel,
just
yeah.
yeah. It's just the fact of you ran out naked almost, and it's just,
There wasn't time.
and you see Maven, who in that moment as well, where you're like having that, it's like, it's fine, I'm fine, and you do see for a split second in Maven's eye, there is a look of, like, just for a second, like, pray. And then she's just, you see her shake a little. She's like, I'm not gonna hurt anyone. I'm still me. Theobald the Black. Right. And if anyone knows the road this goes down, it should be you, Amanita. This is where things go. And eventually, and I'm telling you, one of us is going to have to kill you. Do you want that to be before or after you kill one of us in a moment of lapse?
Before. She said before.
Yeah, she said a lot of things a lot of times before. There's kind of an uncomfortable pause there. And then he looks back at you and he's like, so I want the whole story with him.
Do you want to have the story in front of him?
I want to have the story before I choose if I'm going to eviscerate him.
Okay. For brevity's sake, she will tell him the story. Unless you want to actually have the conversation.
If I got an NPC, you can.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm joking.
We made this deal. Yeah, she'll just kind of go into the whole standing there in
Exposition dump. Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to work for him to steal the staff, and he is insurance.
As we understand it.
So you understand that he now is your collar, and he, because of he's here, Zazozan is here too, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she still has that necklace on, though. That's probably the one thing she did not take off, actually.
I assumed it's, yeah. That's why he's here, by the way. Like, you get that, right?
Yeah.
And he kind of points at the necklace.
Yeah. I guess. I don't really know what it is, and I don't.
He can't track you anymore with that on. No one can.
Is that good?
I mean, it's not bad, but he doesn't have one.
Right.
So he's still here.
Yeah.
I thought he retired. And he's just going to... No, looking at the Swiftblade. He's going to let go of the spell holding him against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. Are you going to vouch for her? Because I can't keep an eye on her like I used to. And she is a reckless weapon.
You're asking me to vouch for Maven?
If you were involved in all of this, I feel like one of you is, because I can't. I've got enough deals and obligations that I can't take on one more, especially if it's Maven. Yes.
Could Viet have been walking down?
Yep.
And hearing
Doors
that part?
open. Yep. Yep.
Viet would speak up. That is mine. The dead flower is mine. The Lady of Thorns is mine. She will be being my responsibility.
All right. She still can't come in yet because...
I'm thinking we are okay with that.
Yeah. Him, on the other hand, he can come in. Doesn't change anything.
Viet will make a noise like, really?
You already made your bed. You might as well lay in it.
Maven made out of bed and forced us all to lay in it with her before she died.
Well, the Deadwoods makes weird bedfellows of all of us. And he comes back inside.
Swiftblade gonna go get some clothes.
Yes, fair. Swiftblade is going to stand there in the just outside still where he was lifted up and dropped. walk probably about 10 feet away from the doorway and then just look in towards you, Viet. Not really saying anything, just kind of giving you a look of like, I can stay out here, I can come in. I could, that's kind of the look of like, whatever.
Viet will shrug. Step
He
back.
just kind of nods and turns around, pulls out the sword and just puts it on like tip to the ground and just kind of at ease on guard.
Viet will close the doors.
As you start to close the door, you'll just hear Maven like, it really is me, and the door shuts. So
Viet's gonna go find a
Juniper's
bed.
getting some clothes. Yeah. Okay. You go up to bed.
If
Blackstaff
is already
at
still
the table.
Oh, he's
At the table. Yep. He just came in and he went to go sit at the table.
Viet will point at the fingers. I'm bringing fingers.
Yeah. About that. I thought we were being figurative, I guess. Ingredients relevant.
What is figurative?
Do you know how any kind of magic
Zazozan
works?
said he was fingers too.
That helps. Well, he's not wrong. He
Maven
could
wouldn't let
be
me
used
kill
as
him.
an ingredient.
Juniper wouldn't let me. I can use him as an ingredient.
I mean, technically, his heart would probably work.
That's nodding thoughtfully.
And he's like, that's what we were talking about
Like-
when we were
like
fingers,
for
like-
reals, not for figuratively.
his actual heart. A dragon's heart would absolutely be useful. It's got.
I don't think
mean,
any of us
dragons
saw.
have what?
Would Viet know what's in that bag? Maven
She
had?
didn't really make it real. She didn't make it a real hidden thing, but at the same time, like you were,
Can I roll a nature check
Roll
to see
it,
if it
yeah,
looked like a
yeah.
heart?
yeah.
The
I
bag
mean,
that Juniper has?
yeah, that has the
The
rotting
two-way
heart in
bag?
it.
You grabbed Juniper grabbed the two-way bag.
Yeah.
14 minus 2 is a 12.
It's a real like it. Two things. I'll say with a 12, that you fought that mechanical dragon. You don't know how viable that would or would not have been if there was one. And also, what other thing? No, there's a good chance you could actually, there'd be a reasonable thing to be like a robot dragon.
We
heart.
might have a heart.
A dragon's heart.
We fought he points at the fingers and the like the mechanical fingers and the other fingers.
And he just kind of looks at how no, you're still in the back.
Juniper. Let's
looks
start going.
around.
Juniper.
I'm there. I popped in too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just kind of look.
Juniper.
June
What
looking down.
what kind of dragon is this? I mean, this is did you kill one of the dragons?
It was a dragon.
No.
From our understanding, this was an actual dragon, kind of mechanically or artificially enhanced to use for testing grounds for some of the stuff we found down there.
Juniper, bring that little bag.
Yeah, she's got it on her hip. This one?
Yeah, more than likely, you see him thinking. Then as you're just coming down with like, yeah, no, I have the bag. You can stop shouting. All of a sudden he's like, Talcia, come down here. And after a few moments, you'll hear her like, what? And you can see she's wearing like very comfortable, like I was going to bed because all of this was going to be an evening, and she's like, yes, what is it? No, magic. Look at this, and of course, that's all I'm good for. Comes down and walks up, and she's like, so what is it that you need me to look into magically? And he Theobald will just kind of be like, all right, let's see it. What we got?
Oh, Juno
Uh,
will
the-
open the bag.
A
And
dragon's heart, apparently.
she'll open it
Yeah,
and
it's
put her hand in there.
it's a very, at this point, gooey, shitty mess. It's a little squishy. Yeah, that's about the right emotional feeling.
Gonna take and scoop both of her hands to like, yeah, just kind of. Oh, I totally gonna throw this away.
Okay.
Mm.
You should really make sure that the vampire throws away fresh meat, right? She's going to like just taking like some of the like a knife or silverware and just starts unwrapping it with that, and she's, what do you want to use this for? Compost?
Murdered. Can we bring?
Murder.
Blackstaff
Don't-
said we need a heart. We have a. I think that might be. A heart.
Oh, okay. And Theobald also re-says what you all said about, and she's like, all right. She kind of pulls up the silken robe and she just,
Can I put it down?
for the love of God, put it on the table. I'm gesturing for you to
Ugh.
just set it here. You smell again.
Yeah.
And she just waves at you, and just all the gook just falls off your hand. And you now have a scent of lavender. She's like, much better.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that.
All right. And she, oh, it's garbage. It definitely probably was once a long time ago, but whatever they did to reanimate it it's different now. It's already been used in that way, if that makes sense. Whatever, it has a feeling of like a century god kind of constructy feel to it. It's used basically, though. Another one like this, absolutely, we could make something happen with that. That's a very useful resource. Do you have an extra one, a little more fresh?
No.
Right.
You
And
said it
she
was like a
sits down.
sentry or a guard?
Something I imagine, because from the arcane, I guess the best way to put it is collars. It's like
We
a
were
couple
not able to be bringing the Forever Guard up.
No.
forever
Do you-
god, and she looks at Theobald for like,
The Endless Guard. Oliver, did you grab a book on that?
Yeah. I don't have it on me, seeing as I'm naked except for a towel around my neck.
I'll go get it, master.
All right. Good,
He
good-
just
good
takes
guy.
off and drops his towel and just takes off.
Right on.
Oh, the master grabbed one, so he had to grab one.
Mhm.
That's fair. There was a prototypical research lab with
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
all of these experimental things. There was that.
Yeah, we'll
the
start
circlet
taking stuff out of his other
that
pouch,
made
other
me
satchel,
forget how
setting
to
it on the
speak
table.
common. I could really use my sword, but I couldn't speak common. There was this. It was almost like a sarcophagus, like a coffin. And there were not instructions, but sort of. She'll kind of explain the whole Endless Guard thing,
Yeah.
like how it said about the preparing the body and the soul, and the whole like resurrection thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't try to bring it back because of what you said, Theobald. I didn't
Theobald
know
will
if
just be nodding his head as you're saying all this, like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, like,
I didn't know if it counted. I thought it might not, but I couldn't be sure.
I probably wouldn't have taken the chance either.
Well, I figured if I'm gonna bring someone back, then it should be murdered, and not an Endless Guard.
Yeah. And he kind of just nods and is kind of agreeing with you in that and looks a little somber. And Talcy is like, well, you might be incredibly useful. Someone actually from that era before the Dragon Gods and corruption, and actually useful intel on things. I mean, just saying,
Yeah.
more
Like
implications
Tarnius.
aside.
Also
Like
about
Tarnius.
that,
Yes.
Tarnius. What? Who?
Maven's father.
Her yeah. No. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Um,
He was
old.
from before as well.
He didn't expressly say that, I guess. But there were a whole lot of people down there.
Vampires?
No, well, yes, but also in the core room, the room with the core. The walls. Do you remember, Viet? There were people.
They were bodies, Juniper Swift, but they did not. Their eyes did not turn green after the lights went out. So I am not thinking they were not alive at that point anyway.
I think they could have been.
Yeah, just shrugs. He's busy putting out all of his stuff on the table.
Yeah.
There was every indication that there was a mass of living beings down there, and when we removed the core, their lives were snuffed out. So, Talcia, Blackstaff, if you think there's anything to be looked into further as far as the endless guards or anything we found, please, let's go over my notes as soon as we can.
Well, no, Talcia will kind of, she's like, oh, absolutely. I'd be absolutely love to go through that. That sounds intriguing and possibly kind of a little bit of a sheepish look at Theobald. Like maybe that's something we'll have to look into if we could. But any notes that you found, absolutely, we should look over. What is the, I guess, implications now of your dealings with Mr. Z? Let's call him for now.
The implications.
He is wanting
I mean,
staff, like the Blackstaff staff.
Did he tell you why?
He also wants to destroy other dragons.
Yes,
He
he
A
made that
house
clear.
like this.
I
He has a
mean,
house like
probably
this,
not
and
like this.
well, no, the servants are his brothers and sisters in chains. So
Oh, how
that-
lovely, morbid.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of sums up how he feels about them.
Well, they did betray him. So, I mean, I guess that was a thing that you'd hold a grudge, especially near immortal creatures.
All right. So listen, at the center of this deal, though, you have to look at it objectively. Throwing in with Zazozan might be our quickest path to getting rid of most of the dragons.
I mean,
Until he
in my
decides
opinion,
to-
you're not wrong. And Theobald will even just like, yeah, that's. Where's the line, though? We help him now.
Yeah, and listen, nobody's
And-
being fooled here that there's not some sort of bait and switch towards the end.
He doesn't need to bait and switch. He did it pretty openly with us, and we didn't even see it until it was too late. He doesn't
Okay.
need to be coy. He can just make you. That's what he's doing to you now. And he's probably still doing it to us, and kind of gestures at Talcia, and we don't even realize it yet. I mean, he's out there right now.
He wants to take Galros's place. He said that.
Okay. You can see that's taking a little Okay.
He said he wanted to work with the old gods and be one of them. I'm not the only
Right.
one that heard that, right? I'm not.
I was being very angry, Juniper Swift. And I was just dead.
Yeah, you were.
There was that whole period where I was dead and alive and a dead and alive and then dead and alive again. I might have missed
Just
some
on the
stuff.
brink.
Talcy is like, when you hit the full half dozen, I think you get a robe. That's kind of part of the group, I think.
You could use the robe, Oliver.
Ah, you folk and your Puritan sensibilities.
It is not being cold. That is always what I was telling Fenris. I thought it would be cold.
And then running back at this moment, no towel, with a tome above his head. Master, 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 master.
Right. Okay.
Notes. I have the book, master. I get the book for you. I have it. It's here.
Viet's gonna be
Wonderful.
fiddling with the snow globe at this point too. Then he's got the seeds out, seeds from the maiden's tree. He's got the gemstones and the blunderbuss on the table. Like he's just unloaded all the crap on the table.
It's like disarming Germany.
Yeah,
As you're doing that,
Fiddling with the snow
do we
globe.
remember? Has June seen that snow globe before?
At least once or twice, because Callan did have it out in the desert when he was doing
Okay,
that
yeah,
meditation,
yeah.
and yeah, for sure.
Yeah, where did
like
you
when we
get
were
that?
looking at all the vials of stuff that we were supposed to drink from Sealy, we had it out at one point there too.
Viet, where did you get that?
I took it off a dead flower.
Where did she get it?
She had it at the. We had it. She had it. She was showing.
Callan had
She was
it.
showing Zazuzan it.
No, Callan had that before.
It was on
Before
Maven. I don't know. Maybe she is thief too. Besides, you should check your. Oliver is not wearing pockets.
Well, the imp brought me my clothes, and there's I can get like new clothes here, right?
Yeah, it's like he'll hand you the book. Yes, yes. As you think that, even he's like, clothes. Yes,
Yeah.
master. I'll get you the best clothes, and he'll
Okay.
just take off running.
And I'm gonna
Naked butt,
I'm gonna don my university professor gear with glasses and stuff.
He will bring you
Tweed
a
jacket.
robe and glasses.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The tweed jacket. Yeah.
The tweed robes.
Yes.
and a Sherlock Holmes like hat. Like the pipe master. You want pipe? Do you want to continue, or where are you at with that train of thought with the?
Book?
Kind of hit a
Globe.
dead end.
Oh, globe.
Like,
Okay, I was just making sure.
he had it. I guess she kind of was like, yeah, I guess
Okay.
maybe Maven did steal it. Like,
I mean,
she's
could-
just focused on the notes. Yeah, sorry.
and so yeah, the notes come, and you sit down next to Talcia, and you two can start going over that as all of the rest of this conversation is happening. And Theobald is going to be looking kind of over all of the stuff on the table, and just every now and then like, all right, what's that?
That's a boomstick.
What does that do?
You load these things in with here, and apparently it shoots. Maybe not maybe right out the. Maybe it falls out of the barrel, and maybe it goes a long ways, and then some sort of. They called it elemental.
His eyes get a little big. He's like, okay. And you hear, without even looking up, Talcy's like, "Don't touch that," and just keeps. Then he'll kind of just going through everything, pointing one by one by one.
These are seeds. This said seeds of a maiden's tree. I think it is like the one at the cypress.
Why didn't you tell me about those?
He's busy talking to Theobald. These are the fingers that we got from the dragon.
What's the trees at Cyprus? That, and he kind of points towards.
That was the
Juniper.
little girl's tree.
You
The little
haven't. Did we
girls.
not tell him about Cyprus?
No.
Oh God, we didn't tell you about Cyprus. Oh, I can't remember exactly where it is.
These
In
are
between
Dr. Lundra's
Dragonlock-
books.
Yes. So there's this town.
These are from
that-
Cyprus too.
it was sort of in its own weird little bubble.
In a valley north of north by northwest
Yeah.
of Dragonlock.
They were sort of stuck in a loop. You said.
Maven's friend Daruk is there.
They had just. Before I go on, does Juniper know the story of Cyprus?
I would say just from arrival and all of that, you would know enough to like, yeah, like even though it was brief, I feel like
You were there for the celebration and probably got the whole story.
yeah,
Perfect.
like
Okay.
it was brief, but you got that, and then also you were traveling with people, so if there were any holes, you definitely on
Got
the
it.
road would have heard that from somebody.
They had betrayed the maiden. They cut down the tree. The tree was a gift from the maiden. The maiden is there, Theobald. The maiden is there. She has a tether there. Maybe if we bring Murdet there.
Leo is her champion.
Yeah.
Leo.
He's a good fighter.
He
That makes more sense. Like his face does not change during all of this, like especially someone who follows the maiden. Like none of this seems to be like, oh my goodness to him. It's just like just nodding, and he's like, that makes sense. She's been louder, I guess is the best way to put it. And that's good, and those are the seeds from that tree.
I am not knowing if they are from that tree, but they are from. It said seeds for maiden's tree. On the writing
Yeah.
thing.
And you have more than one.
Yes, there are two.
Yeah, you just see him kind of like may I have one, if you don't mind.
Yes, if you have a good use for them, yes.
I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I feel like one should be with me.
Who is
A
I'm not
little
knowing
girl-
maiden,
the
but there's a little girl
girl.
who lived in the tree.
Yeah, that's one of, and you see like kind of a wistful kind of smile, and just that's one of the ways she shows up.
She's really
Oh, Mickey, I love you so much.
Inspiration.
hashtag
Okay.
inspiration. Yes.
I had to pee real bad, but throw in a costume change too.
Yeah, no, inspiration. Well played, sir.
Heck
Just
yes. Oh man.
I don't even know where I was. Where were we?
That's one of the
Yeah, the little girl is really
shows
nice.
herself.
yeah.
She said
and,
if we needed
that's-
help, that she would help. She said she was always there. She held my hand.
he gives you a genuine smile when you say that. Have you seen her lately?
Not since Cyprus.
It would look a little downcast. He's gonna be remembering when he did reach out for her hand and she wasn't there.
I don't think that means that she's not here.
Oh,
still.
she's
I think
always
it's-
here. You just don't. Sometimes she's there when you need her, and other times that she's not there when you thought you did, but you didn't. She's already given you the strength. It's a faith thing. She'll be there when the time is right.
Do you think that's true of all of them?
I think once upon a time it was. But the dragons kind of messed that up. Then it's like trying to get some fresh water out of a well that has a layer of like tar and oil on top. It's really hard to get a clean cup of water when you have to dunk through all that muck. And every now and then a bubble comes up. But we got to do our part to clear that away. But he kind of re-looking at the seeds and the one you were allowing him to have, and just like, these help. These are springs, as it were, I guess, using that metaphor that we can make to help clear away some of that. And
Do you
the
think
imp comes running down with the robes and the glasses and gives those to you. And you look good, master. Very stylish,
Actually,
sexy,
yeah,
smart.
the glasses are a good look.
Thank you.
He just growls at you, Juniper.
He'll growl back.
The imp
It's
painted on his eyelashes, I love you. Okay. I don't know how to get that little conversation started, but I want to get the insights from Blackstaff and Telsia to shake some stuff loose as far as everything we found. And
On the endless guard?
yeah, that everything else we're telling them about, and what do we do with that?
That part is going to take time for her to actually go over. So that part we'll have to come back to. With the rest of it, just with what we're going through. All right. He looks at you, Oliver, and you see him for a moment just kind of give you a look that looks annoyed, but then also looks a little almost sad at the same time. Did the little girl talk to you too?
Little girl, no, but I did have a peculiar encounter with, well, it's more than an encounter at this point, with one of those gods, I guess you call them. I won't say his name right now, but it kind of got me thinking with your metaphor about how things got all shaken up with the dragons and how the gods used to be. Gives me a little bit of insight into this particular character, because he seems to take more of an unethical approach to spreading his influence. And I don't care if he hears it. I signed up. I know what I'm doing.
With just the download that's happened in exposition and stuff like that, he's be like, this is the deal you made with the thing that shall not be named because names were given without consent.
Yes.
Okay. So first off, and before he even like starts to get into the first sentence, Talsia, who's still reading over your notes and looking through it and has the tome next to it and is like going back and forth, she's like, Anyone who hasn't said the name, who knows the name, I can take care of that if you'd like that memory removed.
Please.
You might want to help the big guy out too.
He's
Why am I
absolutely
needing
said
big
that.
help? Why am I needing help?
Well, you're so big, dear. Any help I give is going to be big for you. Muted.
Oh, she said he's absolutely said the name.
All right. So before I suppose we talk about that, here's the question. Well, do you want to? I'm assuming you have some kind of, it's part of whatever contract you've made. Do you want to continue to share that information, or would you like to not do that? Unless it, specifically have to, I suppose. I can't prevent it if you have to, but if you have an option, I can help reduce that chance of it slipping.
Listen, thank you very much, but I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing.
Yes, you're a quite old and good-looking adult for a halfling, I will say. But
No,
for the others,
I'm a gnome.
no. Oh, gnome. Sorry, gnome. My bad. She'll look at Juniper and Viet and be like, "Hey, if you two want that, I probably honestly just tell me you want that to happen, and I'll take care of it when you go to sleep, because it's a lot easier to noodle around in there when you're not paying attention."
I have enough going on in my head without that.
I am not
Right.
understanding what she is asking, Juniper Swift.
I'm going to make you forget about a thing that you never knew that you knew.
What if I am needing that thing?
Do you know what that thing is?
I am not sure what we are talking about here, no.
Exactly. That's why you won't even know you needed it, because you didn't know you had it.
A solid argument.
We're just gonna kind of lean toward Telsia and tell her just quietly that Viet had died, and that was how Holliver brought him back.
Never mind, Viet. I can't take care of that, unfortunately. That's beyond what I can do. I can take care. Have you died and been brought back because of the deal, the thing?
Are you talking to me?
I was not
She's
making
talking
deal.
to me.
Oliver
talking
brought
to
me
you,
back.
Juniper. Right.
I mean,
Yes,
I've-
he did. He was a good friend.
Yes, Juniper wasn't going to help me.
I was.
Well, that's not really correct yet. That if she could have helped you, she would have. I know that just as true as anything.
Yet I was
Um,
going to help you. Holliver just got there first.
Oh,
And I kind
I
of
would have
felt like
risked myself to save you.
as I was doing for you, Juniper Swift, but you did not like that.
Are you talking about with Zazazan?
Yes.
Yeah, he would have killed you.
He was going to kill you, Juniper Swift. He said so.
I would rather he kill me. My job is to keep you safe.
That is...
You think
He'll look
I
very,
don't want
very,
to fight?
very, very upset at this point.
You think I don't want to fight, but I'm fighting with every tool that I have. But maybe I don't know how to use that sword yet, and maybe I don't quite know how to use all of this magic. But I'm fighting for you.
I was fighting for you, Juniper Swift. You cannot say that I cannot fight for you. Do you know how many people I saw die, Juniper Swift?
Do you think it's as many people as I have? I've been to that place yet. You don't want to go there. I promise
Juniper
you.
Swift, I was in my own place like that for 10 years.
I know. I don't want you to go back there either.
Eobald's going to just kind of clear his throat, just for the simple fact to make it clear. Viet, I want to tell you something. What Juniper has learned how to do, because I'll be honest, I don't know how she saw what I did for Murdet. But she learned it because I did it. I brought him back. The dragons, the deal, the thing they did to cut us off from the little girl and all the others. There is only so much of that magic left in our little corner of the world. It's like a bucket of water.
Or fingers, yes. We were talking to this.
Right.
Or hearts.
No, this isn't the ingredients. Let's just say this is that example. You have only so much water that you can share in the middle of the desert, and kind of gestures. And you have 100 people around you. All of them are dying of thirst. You have enough to give 10 of them water. Who deserves it, Viet? What if you give water someone who's...
We need more
and he
fingers.
just
We need
nods.
more water. Yes.
We
getting
have
it.
to take care of the dragons. And that's the problem. I'm telling you, I won't bring Murdet back.
Push away from the table and go upstairs.
As you start to go up the stairs, why does he deserve it more than others?
Yep.
Why does he
Pause on the
deserve it
stairs.
twice?
It was not his fault.
You're right. It was Callan's. But unfortunately, Callan is paying his own price from the sounds of it too. All we can do is the best that we can with the people that we can be with and care about. As shitty as we all are.
So we are never bringing Murdet back?
No, we can maybe, but not anytime while the dragons are doing what they're doing. We can keep him on proverbial ice, but I'm telling you, until that's done, I will not do it.
So Viet will turn
he looks
around
at
again on the
Juniper.
stairs.
Okay.
And how are we doing it? Juniper says I cannot kill Zazuzan. How can I kill any of the other dragons?
Not
How can I
yet.
take their hearts? If I can't kill any of them, how will we ever bring Murdet back? How will we bring any of the 100 people back?
And he points at the mirror. That's our leverage. We have to learn, and we have to be smarter, and we have to be patient. You don't win a fight by charging in against an army. You pick them apart. You take away their motivation. You take away their supplies. You don't just charge an
Tell
army
me
by
what
yourself.
to do then, Blackstaff, and I will
Then
do
sit
it.
down and let's talk about it. Because right now I'm hearing a lot of people who want the same thing, but no one is getting anywhere, because guess what? We can't do it now. We have to work as a team together. You have to take a staff. Guess what? I have to look into it more, but I guess that's his stone. And Zazuzan wants another one.
He'll walk down the stairs and sit down at the table.
Talsia is just going to, as all this is going on, oh, did you know that actually the body is prepared in a way that won't, like, all of this bucket in a water thing has nothing to do with that. He's actually ready. He just needs a little juice. He just needs the energy.
So we could go back.
How fast? Oh, absolutely. If anything, I don't know why you didn't bring him with you.
Because I didn't know. He's very heavy. I think they tried. You tried. They couldn't.
Oliver and I were trying. It was too big.
Okay. Well, I suppose we could make a little detour. She looks at Theobald. She's like, there's plenty of things we could do down there and vampires to vanquish. He just nods and just, we have a lot of discussing to do and planning. And then he points at the door and how to deal with that. Both of them. Because she is going to be a problem one day. And he is already a problem. And then over his shoulder on the balcony above, you'll just see a little girl with her like feet dangling over the railing going, you're all finally getting it. I can't wait so we can have a real talk. And you see the little girl up there. And that's where we're
All
going
of
to end
us?
this episode. All of you.
All of us. Hmm.
And that's where we're going to end this episode.
Ooh.
Bite the pen. Thank you all for joining us. I hope we had fun. It was a little bit more chaotic family. Let's get through it, but it was fun. And I love that imp so much, Mick. And I love your outfit.
Nick,
That was
your
a fantastic outfit
Ah!
change there, Nick. That was great.
Yeah, like the great performers couldn't have done it as good as you did. Because I thought we lost you. Like, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's just okay.
I messaged. I sent a text to whatever.
I'm muted. I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you all for joining us. This was a lot of fun. Join us next week at 7:00 Central Time. Another episode. All right. Have a great week. See you next time.
Bye.